there has been this ongoing desire to crush the Democratic Party. It's not even, I don't even think have a two-party system. I think just to like completely eradicate them. And so much of it, I think, is because they truly believe that they are evil. Some people really do believe that we eat babies and are in some sort of satanic cabal. Donald Trump was just on the news saying he was going to take over the Gaza Strip. I've never heard anything so ridiculous. But it does mean that we have essentially pissed off the Middle East. There are going to be no allies there. Zero. On top of it, we've pissed off our European allies. We've pissed off the people next to us, Canada and Mexico, whether we went through with the tariffs or not. That's not the point. We are effectively gutting all of our federal agencies. But the misinformation and targeted disinformation has made people hate their government institutions. And some of them think it's a great idea to dismantle them. So right now, I think there's a lot of people thinking that they won. And they're so convinced that news, the journalists, are part of the whole corrupt cabal that they won't even tune in to hear what's going on. So they're in this bubble. So I wonder, I guess my question is like, what is a bridge too far? Is it when you go to get healthcare and you realize that they can now deny you for pre-existing problems? Is that it? I mean, it's too much. It's too, I mean, but this is what they said they were going to do. They said that they had in Project 2025 that they were going to go fast and furiously in the first like 100 days and just make all these changes. And people would not, they'd be so busy trying to lawsuits that all of it would be done by the time they got to a court. They wouldn't be able to undo it. And that's what's happening. We're at a point right now that I don't think we'll ever get our country back. It's so easy to lose a democracy. It's so easy to lose freedoms. And it's hard to get people to understand that. And of course, everybody's exhausted, working a million jobs and trying to get ahead. But there's no more time. Like somebody else is not going to do it for us. Our Democratic leaders, our Republican leaders, especially the Republican leaders, they've left us behind. They have all taken a knee. They have all left us behind. So it is now the people. We have to do this. So I want to share one thing. I want you to think about journalism and investigative journalists, right? They are the people historically that have changed the system. It is the journalist that brought the images and the stories, and just realize they're stories, they're people's stories, they're whistleblowers' stories. And they brought those stories to the American people. They brought them into our living rooms when you didn't have a million channels and you couldn't get news wherever you wanted. And the people saw these things and were outraged. They were outraged when corporations were polluting their families. They were outraged when we were sending our young men to fight. We were outraged that we weren't allowing our fellow Americans, no matter what the color of their skin was, to vote, to be part of the democratic process. We were outraged as Americans. And what did we do? We acted. We acted on that outrage, and we made our politicians work for us. And that's what started the civil rights movement. That's what started the equal rights movement in 1970s. And that's also what started Project 2025. They saw Black people and white people coming together, women and men coming together, groups of people fighting for the same rights together. But corporations, people who want control, keep us fighting with each other, and we will be able to be controlled. And that's just basic. That's like, the art of war. That's what's happening to us, right? They're telling us, first things first, don't watch the news. It's fake. That is the first thing you do when you want to kill a democracy, when you want to control people. When somebody tells you, when anybody tells you not to look at something, not to read something, not to watch something, and they tell you it's fake, that is the first light bulb that they're trying to control you. Because anybody who has good ideas, anybody who is doing something to benefit you, wants you to look at everything. Because they have the power of the media. Trust me, these are billionaires. billionaires who have access. They own newspapers. They own two of the biggest social media sites, Facebook and X, right? They're already coming after NPR and PBS. They've had a campaign for decades against PBS and NPR because it works for the people. It's there for the people. And they know that access to that information is going to inform people. And people who are informed change government. They change things for the better because they advocate for themselves and their neighbors and their fellow Americans. They know that. So they want to take this away. And ask yourself, what is it about watching anything or reading anything that scares a person? It scares them so much. And I go back to, because when you're woke, you might be alone. You might be by yourself. I had to get rid of all my friends, but I also had to do that when I wanted to lose weight because I wasn't living that drinking, going out and eating lifestyle, and they were. So I had to make other friends, or I had to, for a period of time, just not have any friends and learn to love myself. The reality is, people, we may be surrounded by people, but at the end of the day, we are alone. We are unto ourselves our own spirit. And it is within us to make sure that our life, whether there are people in it or people not in it, within our life is glorious. It is up to us to do that. And we cannot do that in a society where our fellow Americans are being repressed, because when they're repressed, we are repressed. And what's happening right now with pulling out of all of these organizations, these international organizations, are going to make us so unsafe. Remember The Godfather. Everything you can learn in life, you can learn from The Godfather. Keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. There's no reason to retreat and to withdraw from all of these organizations. You want to be close. You want to be close so you protect the people of your country. Not knowing what's happening is dangerous.